not the body contact under the sheets, which we do need to talk about. You're joking, the salon's open 24/7. What's your most memorable part of being in here, Andrew? Don't say Coco.
Did it kiss Deji?
No, yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, that's
Deji, so
Deji.
God, if you were to give MVP prizes for parents that came in to Love Island today, I would say uh, definitely India's mom for calling Demi Deji. Oh my God, I love that. And I really loved Tasha's dad. He's got a great sense of humor. Oh my God, I loved him. I really loved him. I really loved him. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for when I upload new videos. It's your girl Valerie. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, Season 8, Episode 56. Oh my God. It was interesting and strange to watch this episode because they got to meet the parents, and it was strange that they met them in their swimming costumes. I would have maybe wanted the girls even just to wear shorts and the top, just just to be a bit dignified. Well, that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I'm a bit old fashioned. Anyway, so I'll review the couples as they meet their parents, and we'll see how we go. Um, I think this Andrew and Tasha's parents, their sort of arrival set a precedent that no other parent could sort of, because everybody else, the parents either seemed very estranged or very awkward towards each other, whereas Andrew and Tasha's parents felt like they were friends because they did, they came in together, they were chatting together, and even when they sat down, it was very comfortable. And I really it's nice to see because it sets the scene for a great relationship because they sets of parents seem very supportive of the relationship. I loved Tasha's dad. He's got a great sense of humor. I liked how where some parents were grilling their children about Kasamo, they seemed more lighthearted about it and more cheerful about it. Um, Andrew's parents were very happy. His mom noticed that Andrew loves Tasha and you know, he's really heads over heels with Tasha. And she asked the question, "Are you going to propose?" And he himself said, "No, it will be a while yet." Tasha's dad said the truth that at first it seemed as though Tasha wasn't really into Andrew as much as Andrew was into her, and so he accepted that. And I like the fact that he sort of made light of a very uncomfortable situation because he knows that there was Tittygate. He knows that a lot of things were said, especially on social media, about Andrew and Coco and Tasha. So I like the fact that he joked about it and just said, don't bring up Tasha's name. Um, and don't talk about Casa more. And then the most hilarious part was he brought up the salon and said, that thing is open every day. And it was, oh my God, I felt sorry for Tasha because, at times, I think after, when you're on camera for so long, you become so comfortable, you forget you're on camera. And so they forget that they're being filmed and they go under their duvet thinking no one is watching when cameras are on you 24/7. You have to be careful. Anyway, Tasha and Andrew seem very happy with the visit. I think it's a nice icebreaker that eventually when they go home, I can foresee them all going out as families, sort of Tasha and Andrew with both their parents and siblings, and being comfortable around each other because they all seemed happy and sort of relaxed. Andrew's dad is very laid back. He's just like his son. I love that about him. Anyway, I think Andrew's a great guy. He made his mistakes, and I've always said I like Andrew. I think he's a great guy, so I really wish them all the best. So we'll see. We'll see. They were, they managed to sort of proceed to the final, so they were saved by the public, which was, I think, it's a great confidence booster for them because of how they were in the bottom for a very long time, and suddenly they've risen to the top. And I hope this, even if they don't win, gives them that boost that people have confidence in their relationship and allows them to carry on once they live. As I said, 2 3 years, unless they put in a lot of work, I think Tasha has to really take this relationship serious because I don't think she'll ever find a guy greater than Andrew because I think Andrew's quite a great guy. Everybody has their faults, but I think he's amazing. Next come in Paige's parents with Adam's dad and friend, and they were very awkward, very awkward. Um, Paige's mom is not buying whatever Adam is selling. I'm sorry, she's not buying anything. She said so because I think she's watched him in the previous season. So for her, she doesn't buy that he's changed. She just thinks he's playing game on her, and you can see how broken Paige is by it. And she tried to break the ice by saying, "Oh, have you seen Dammy, my friend?" Blah blah. And everybody on social media was asking, "Why is she talking about Dammy?" I think she's very close to Dami. I think if Dami had not been with India, she would have considered Dami. I think that's just me. I think if anything, she would have considered Dami. She would have the page would have considered dating Dami. I think because of how close she is. I might be wrong. It might be just a platonic friendship, but I can foresee her dating him if he's not serious about India. Um, so they had a sit down with Adam was trying to convince he was having a chat with his family and telling them that, Paige brings out the best in him. He tried to convince Paige's mom that, Paige brings out the good side of him and he really wants to sort of be a better man because of her. But his mom is not buying it. His mom is not buying it at all. Sorry, Paige's mom is not buying it. So I don't know. It will be difficult to see, given how they said, he kept moving from girl to girl to girl. For him, I know people change, but I don't know. We'll see. It will take a lot of work on his part to prove to his mom. And I think they might stay together just because his mom doesn't trust him and doesn't believe in him. And I think that might be the saving grace for their relationship in the sense that Adam might be motivated to try and prove the mother wrong, and Paige might stay with him just because her mother says it's bad for her. I don't know. That's me. I digress. So we'll see. Dami and India. Sadly for Dami, his sister tested positive for COVID, so his sister and his cousin are not able to come. So they do a sort of video chat. Um, I loved his family. I loved India's family, and I loved Dami's family because his sisters held him to account. They really didn't let him get away with crap. They, held his feet to the fire and told him everybody's watching. His nan is not happy with the fact that he was kissing people. And I think this is why Deji was well behaved. There's different cultures behave different ways, and there are certain things that are acceptable and there are certain things that are not. So apparently Demi's family has been watching. His grandma is not happy with him kissing people. His sister and his cousin were not happy with his behavior in Casa Amor, and they told him that and they asked him why. And he tried to make out, India came with a guy and he said no, but she was still respectful. She didn't do anything inappropriate. You did. And he was like, "Oh, I think you people are supposed to be on my side and you're favoring her," which was amazing to see. I like their relationship. I like when when a family member or friends can have an honest relationship and tell each other the truth. So it was nice to see them ask him, and they were happy to meet India. They told her, Demi's mom likes her, and Demi was actually taken aback. I think he thought his mom would have, her own opinion. I don't think people should choose a partner for someone. I think you should be allowed to choose your partner just as you should be allowed to choose your career, so that when things fall apart, you have no one else to blame but yourself. And then India's mom and her sister came. They were happy to see India. Oh, it was sad because of COVID. That obviously they're not allowed to hug, which makes sense because if you've been traveling and stuff, it's not like they were quarantined somewhere for so long that they can just come in and start hugging the islanders. So that makes sense. Um, I like India's mom and sister. They really, held them into account and really made sure that he knew that they were upset about the things that he had done in Casa Amor. And then, oh my God, India's mom had me on the floor when she called him Deji. I think she did it on purpose. Purposely, I think she did it on purpose because she knew he had felt some type of way about it every time India had called him Deji. So when she called him Deji, you could tell his face dropped. And Indy was very nervous because she knew he was wrong for Kasamo. She knew her family would have seen it and they were going to ask him. And I think, if nothing else, if Demi is really serious about India, he really needs to make a change and he really needs to mature emotionally. I think he's got a great job. That's not something you can knock him for. He seems to be a very educated young man, but I think he needs to stop his other ways and just, be more serious if he feels India is the one. But anyway, I digress to give it to Deji. I did make comments about Deji before that. Deji is a great guy, and I like his sense of humor in the sense that he doesn't take things that seriously, and he's able to move on, which is something that Luca could benefit from learning from Deji, if nothing else. Like when India's mom called him Deji, he laughed about it, and then he just gently went, "Oh, my name is Demi, it's not Deji," but. Obviously, India's mom knew and she did it on purpose. And I like the fact that they gave him credit for the changes that he's made and appears to be making. So I hope, if nothing else, if he really is serious about India and if his family accepts her, I hope he makes the effort to become a better version of himself for her and for himself. So that was a great visit. Um, and then from there, Luca's parents came. Gemma's mom, everyone was laughing. I even laughed because I said, Luca, I think is after the prize money or he's after the being linked to a celebrity child. So um Gemma's dad didn't come, which I think Luca thought he would come, but he didn't come. Her mom came instead with a family friend, I think, or an aunt. And they were proud of Gemma because, if nothing else, Gemma has really carried herself very well for her age. And she's really made some very sound decisions for herself. Whereas Luca's mom was very, I think she's not happy with some of the things Luca has done. And she sort of hinted that Luca went overboard on his teasing of Tasha and the comments about Tasha and Andrew. And then he was asking, what else did I do? And she said, no, we'll talk about it at home. I think it's a great idea for her to do that because you do not want to give the trolls on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, wherever. Um, Ammunition to attack your child with. So I appreciate her for bringing things that people have been saying online, but not bringing everything that she knows might end up affecting her son. So obviously she's going to have words with him. His dad was very reserved, although he came in his fish flip flops and said everybody's wearing them, which I don't know. Um, I don't think Gemma's family. I think they'll accept Luca just because this is the flavor of the month or the year or the season for Gemma. But I don't think long term they see a future with him. They tried to be welcoming, but I don't know. I think they also had a problem with. They also brought up the issue of Luca's behavior when the situations arise. Like for example, where at the kissing challenge, where Luca threw a fit because Gemma licked and Adam. So I don't know. That relationship, I don't know. I don't know. And it's a pity that when Luca discovered that he was in the bottom four, he got angry. And they had a conversation with I have to give it to India and Dami because they were honest with them and told them that yes, we did nominate you, and they were nominated by three people. I didn't see them have a conversation with other people, but Luca's mom said to Luca, "You tend to overreact," and guess what? He overreacted again because he said, "Oh, I'm going to have a great time tonight." Sort of highlighting that he's going to, have a go at people, and it's like you're not the only person nominated. Ekin-su and India and Ekin-su and Davide were nominated by everybody. They didn't throw a fit. Why are you suddenly throwing a fit? And so Germany and India gave them their reason, which makes sense. They said we don't mean that you're not compatible, but we're just saying your reaction to certain things is what we worry about and how your relationship will survive in the real world, which is the truth. In the Love Island, he hasn't had any competition because all the guys have stayed clear of Gemma because of the way that he reacts. And for Gemma to say, I don't worry about people I don't care about or people whose opinions I don't value, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. And I don't look at. I agree with Gemma and sort of with India and Dami and everybody else that they're not going to survive in the real world. They're not going to last long because of their attitudes and their behaviors. And then finally, Davide and Ekinsu met with their parents. Davide met with his mom and his sister, and Ekinsu met with her brother and her her mom. And Ekinsu's mom said that Ekinsu appears to have fallen in love with Davide. The way she behaves and the way she responds um, is the reason why she truly believes that her daughter has fallen in love with Davide. Davide and his mom were having a conversation, and they were telling Davide that his mom is his dad is watching. His mom was also saying that she's been watching him and she thinks Ekin-su has made positive changes. But Davide had to bring in, oh, she's an actress comment. It's just like, Davide, this is how to say Davide, even though they were speaking in Italian, they knew obviously somebody would translate it. Um, I think they accept Ekin-su's family accepts Davide because of how Ekin-su's behaving. Her brother is cute. I think her brother is amazing. I think he's beautiful. And I like the fact that he did ask Davide questions that he felt needed to be asked, to protect his sister and stuff. So I really like that for them. And with the bottom four, so everybody else was saved, and Paige and Adam were eliminated, were booted from the island. It's to be expected. There's no way Adam and Paige would have won it because people know Adam from his history, and because of that history, there's no way they would have allowed him to win because no one was going to buy the fact that he's made the transformation that he's made. I think the only way people would have bought it would have been if he came in maybe the time that Jay and company came in and had gone through Kasamo and still come out with Paige without having done anything. Then people would have said, "Oh yeah, he is serious." But because he only had just I think he had 2 3 weeks in Love Island. I don't think he had enough time to gain people's trust. He might change and be a better man. Nobody knows. It's all up to him. Luca was still mad and was still throwing a fit. Everybody else was not mad, even though they were nominated. Paige and Adam were only nominated by two people, and yet they still went home. So I don't know why Luca was mad. And when they were saved by the public, the way he looked at everybody around the fire, like, well, if you're not buying that we're serious, everybody else is buying it. And it's like, not really. People are only voting because of Gemma, not because of you. That's my opinion. I think people are voting because it's a celebrity kid and they like her and they whatever. I don't think anybody's buying that relationship. Anyway, I digress. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.